what they're going to be talking about. So, without further ado, if they're ready to go, here he comes.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, here they come on stage. Stop talking!
Hey! Good morning. Hello.
Look at that energy.
Hello, one person out in the audience. That is so great. We are. I know. I'm super happy that we've got one person in the audience. I did something at 6 a.m. last year, and we had 0 people in the audience. So we are. I mean, that's like mathematically, that's like an infinite amount of percent better than the number of people we had on in the audience last year. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah. I just tweeted our friend Paul Cornell, who is in England, and I understand that it's a reasonable hour there. So, and he actually taught us this game, so I'm hoping perhaps he'll join us for this morning's production of Stop Talking. This is based. Hi, Paul. In case you're watching, this is based on a British game show called Just a Minute, which we've taught by our good friend Paul Cornell. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the game, then I will introduce our contestants, and then we will play in our sleep. See, I can't. It's a good thing I'm not a contestant. In our sleep-deprived state, we will play this game, and I really worry about how it's going to go. But I guess that's the point. So the lights over there are broken. I see Dawn.
We already broke stuff?
Yeah, we broke stuff. It's not even. We're not 50 hours in, but we've already busted the lights. So. So if you're watching online and you hear some disembodied voices, what we did, as we try to do in all life, we put the women in the dark, and we have
to see if they germinate.
Yeah, to see if they germinate.
Light reflect off my cleavage.
Oh, there you go. So. Just a minute, the game on which this is based is a very simple game. Our contestants will be given 1 minute to talk about a topic which I determine. They cannot repeat words except for short connecting words like if, and, but, the, or the word of the topic. So if the topic was, say, potato chips, you could say the word potato chips as many times as you like, provided you don't just stand up there and go potato chips, potato chips, potato chips, potato chips. I think about the only exception to that would be if the topic was, I don't know, I am Groot. That might be the only exception, but other than that, you cannot repeat words other than short connecting words. You cannot hesitate. Now, we allow time for taking a breath, but other than that, you can't hesitate, a long pause, or saying something like or ah. Well, that would count as a hesitation. That's no good. And you can't deviate from the topic. You need to stay on whatever topic that I give you. So if the topic is potato chips, you must continue to talk about potato chips in some way, shape, or form. You certainly can ramble a little bit as long as it's pretty clear that somehow this rambling is going to connect back to potato chips.
I want potato chips.
I do too. Really, right now, I just want anything to make me feel alive. So, those are your 3 rules. Then what happens is, if somebody breaks the rules, somebody else can raise their hand and say, "Stop!" Let's do an example. Just raise your hand in the air and say, "No, not the Nazi salute, Bill. Just raise your hand." No, it's close enough.
This is Supremes.
Oh. Very well done, Sharon. All right, so they say stop, and then I ask for their challenge, and they explain their challenge. If their challenge is accepted, then they are deemed correct, and they get a point, and they take control for whatever time is left on the clock. If I deem their challenge is incorrect, then the person who is speaking gets a point, and they are allowed to continue talking for whatever time is remaining on the clock. If they are still talking when we reach the end of the minute, then they get an extra 2 points. It's those 2 points that really can add up over the course of this entire round. Now, I want to introduce first, before I introduce our contestants, I want to introduce our fabulous scorekeeper and timer, Jenny Young, way in the dark over there. You can't necessarily see her on the web stream, but she is there. in the dark, communicating with us when necessary, and putting her arms down on the table and napping when not necessary. Our contestants this morning, let's introduce them in order of darkness. That was our first black joke, but most certainly not our last. All the way to my right, Ms. Dawn Krasnowski. Next to her, someone who's up this early to go look at birds, but really never to do anything else. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Sharon Steitler. We have a rookie, our very own Fearless Company member, Lauren Haven. Right next to her, Mr. Duck Washington.
It's a bird.
And you've seen a bird, so I guess there was a reason to get up this morning. And yeah, it's not as bad as I thought I was making it for you. And I guess Sharon got her own husband out of the bed to come in with her, Mr. Bill Steitler, doing the Supremes. Thank you. And our newest company member here at Fierce Comedy, in his first appearance in Stop Talking, Alex Carlson, ladies and gentlemen. So we know who's here. We know the rules to the game.
Sorry. This
What?
one made me eat one of the cake pops too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a young upstart, aren't you? With the cake pops to Dawn. Which one was it, Dawn?
Oh God, it was the banana garlic one.
Oh!
Oh, it was so bad.
that sounds awful.
Oh.
So the only other thing I want to mention, it is 6 in the morning. We agreed to do this because it's a 50-hour comedy marathon, and that means sometimes twice actually over the course of the marathon, somebody's going to have to do something at 6 in the morning.
It was me both times.
We both do it.
Duck and Dawn did it both times. I was only up at 7 yesterday, so yeah, exactly. I'm better than you. So what we're going to do, we are offering a $50. I personally am offering a $50 matching donation for anything donated up to $50 this hour. I will match it so that hopefully we make a little money, because this is a fundraiser and we want to make a little money.
And we all know Paul Cornell's watching.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
$50 matching.
For 50 euro.
50, yeah.
50 euros.
It's 50 pounds. He's in England. The English.
You have to match 50 pounds. If you
Yes, Paul. I will match 50 pounds if you contribute. There are 2 people in the audience, by the way, and I really can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because I did this 6 a.m. I did the 6 a.m. Sunday show last year, and there were 0 people in the audience. So while I knew we were going, you remember? Yeah. So I knew we were going to outnumber the audience, but I'm really glad that we actually have an audience, and we're streaming. So is there anybody online? 4 people online. I hope all 4 of you people watching online tweet in individually, #DialAvid, just #checking in. And we do have a challenge in here as well. If you contribute $10 to Fearless this morning, you can pick a topic that we will talk about in the next 45 minutes or so. So if you don't like the topics that I'm coming up with, or if you just have a topic you really wish we would talk about, or if you're like, fuck it, I'm up at 6 in the morning, I'm going to give $10 to Fearless Comedy Productions, please do that. And if we can have that happen 5 times, then I personally will spend $50 of my own money to help support Fearless Comedy Productions. So, with that said, we are going to start with Dawn.
No.
Yeah, we're going to start with Dawn. And we're going to start with, I think, a very simple topic. Your topic for this morning is cake pops. You
Oh, flashbacks.
center stage.
Yeah, okay.
you have 1 minute to talk about cake pops.
Should we use the microphone?
Yeah, why don't you grab a microphone and talk into the microphone? That'll pick up better on the web, and it'll carry to England much better. Just in case.
I'm fine now.
You know, we're going to be talking to Paul Cornell this whole show, and he's
Paul.
probably not. I mean, he's probably not watching.
Can I
but-
give a shout out to Josh, who's in the back, who's been here through like 12 a.m. to now with me?
All right, Josh.
Gosh!
Shout out, Josh.
Yes!
It matters to us, Josh. It does matter to us. All right, Dawn, you have a minute to talk about cake pops. Go.
I would like to tell you about my horrible experience that I recently had with cake pops. It was Friday night during a live recording of Screw It, a podcast about wine. We're sitting there drinking beverages, and all of a sudden, an individual from Fearless Comedy Productions walks up on stage, interrupts what we are doing, and says, Dawn, you have to eat a cake pop. Now, he came out with this tray of cake pops, and I have no idea what's inside these things except death and sadness. So he comes up to me, gives me this thing to look at, and says,
Stop.
She said like comes up and comes up on stage and things like that several times.
You kind of repeated those phrases,
yeah,
which
It's
is more than
called
just a short
repetition.
connecting word. Yes, I accept that. That's an acceptable.
It's okay for women to come a lot.
oh, if only.
I think that's fair, but you're not Dawn. If Dawn had used that to defend herself, I might have allowed that defense. But so women have to speak for themselves, Sharon. I'm gonna get.
Thanks for mansplaining that.
It's sure, no problem. I'm gonna get kicked in the junk. All right. How much time is left, Jenna?
20.2.
Wow, you filled out a lot of time, but Bill gets a point for a challenge.
You were doing really well until you screwed up.
All right. And Bill is also going to get kicked in the junk. So we have 20 point something seconds to talk about cake pops. Jenna will tell you when to go.
Cake pops, they're a tasty treat. Cake pops, when they're filled with meat, you put them in your face and they make you puke. Cake pops, try them today. Cake pops, they're made of whey. Cake pops, why don't you put this disgusting thing in your face? I sang that song.
Yes, Dawn.
I'm going to say that was an unnecessary.
That was time.
That was time?
That was time.
That was time. He got 2 points before you stopped him. I can't.
Wait, was that the sound of me winning? Yes, I think it was.
Yes, it was. Enjoy it.
Well, enjoy it. It's not going to last. But congratulations, Bill, on
Thanks.
just 2 people. Just 2 people. We got through the first topic with just 2 people
Sure.
playing, which is very unusual.
If you guys want to go back and just relax backstage, I think I can handle this at this point.
How many hours of sleep did you get?
Well, I got 4, but I'm a man, so that only counts as 2.
Oh. All right.
I would take.
That's what I've heard.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have you pass.
It's nice when there's only 2 audience members because the jokes don't actually have to be funny, and
It's
there's no
true, yeah.
expectation of
Yeah,
laughter.
There's no
at this
expectation of
point.
crowd. If the crowd doesn't laugh, that's because there's no crowd.
Exactly.
So we're going to
play to
pass
this part.
We're going to pass the mic. Have we gotten any tweets from anybody watching online? No. They probably just left their computers on and they're asleep at the moment. But we're going to pass the microphone on to Sharon Steitler. That's right. Bill's lovely wife, the bird chick.
White.
What?
That's right and white.
White. Well,
That's what you said.
it's 6 in the morning. I have absolutely no control over my tongue and lips at the moment.
And it suddenly got interesting for me.
I wish we had an audience for this. This is great.
All right. So I think the topic, since we just had Bill went around and now his wife is speaking, and of course earlier this weekend, I and several other members of Fearless Comedy Productions participated in a wedding right here at Die Laughing. So I think our topic is going to be marriage.
Really?
This is especially because I feel you deserve this, Bill. So Sharon, your topic is marriage. You have 1 minute. Jenna will tell you when you can start.
Marriage is not.
Hit the button. Oh God. Ready?
Just like marriage.
Go.
Marriage is not a race, it's a marathon. You have to pace yourself because it never ends. When you think you're at the last mile, you're still going to have to go, and you keep waiting for the euphoria to hit, and it doesn't, and your knees hurt so often. You just have to keep going, and you tell yourself, it's a gift. If I stick with this and I keep doing it every single day, I'll be happy. And I guess maybe every now and then I get to have coffee and bacon, and that's okay. Thank God for alcohol.
Stop, Duck.
Deviation.
No!
Deviation.
She's talking about bacon and coffee.
Those are essential components
Duck.
of marriage.
I've
Duck,
been married longer
you're
than
married.
you.
You should know that's part of. I don't know. Let's Lauren. What's your challenge?
She said going twice earlier.
That's like coming twice.
No, that's like peeing twice.
If that's what you're into.
That's a deviation.
I'm gonna based on that's like peeing twice. I'm gonna accept Lauren's challenge. How much time does Lauren have left to talk about marriage?
25.
Oh, shite.
60 seconds.
Wow, we're getting pretty far into it. I think it's just that it takes that long for the challenge to process in the contestant's brain and reach to the hand. So you have 25 seconds to talk about marriage. And Jenna?
Marriage is something that I have not yet entered into, and I think that I'm pretty okay with that. It is something that...
Yeah, Dawn.
Something twice.
Yes. Repetition of the word something. Well, it is a bit of a connecting word. It is two syllable, and that doesn't really count as a short.
I don't want to go anywhere near the topic of marriage again.
I'm kind of surprised you challenged, Dawn.
Oh, it's going to go straight into a cake pop deviation. I'd rather do another cake pop. Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Dawn has had less than stellar experiences with marriage, but we won't go into, or maybe we will.
Plural.
How much
We're
time do we
about to
have?
find
How much
out.
time do we have for Dawn to go into marriage?
5 minutes.
15.5 seconds.
15.5 seconds. I could make a joke about her last marriage, but I won't. I kind of already did, but anyway. Okay. Tell her when to start there, Jenna.
And go.
Let's talk about Dawn's marriages. Yes, that's plural. The last marriage only lasted 3 days. It was a horrible, awful, tremendously painful experience, especially when you find out that he's already married to someone else. Oh my God, I just did this all online. Everyone out there now knows about my marriage experience. The first husband, it's always weird to say that there's more than one spouse in your life. I know,
the time is up.
but this is great.
She's just letting you. She's just like, I'll just let her twist in the wind.
I wanted to challenge based on the fact that she's clearly stealing plots from Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh, no,
Is that too late? Okay.
This is all telemundo.
I know this.
No, man, it's not even.
Okay, this is all. I didn't think you'd actually challenge Dawn, but all right. Well, there we go. We had a little.
Win. If you can beat Bill Steitler, it's worth it.
It was a little bit of a therapy session for Dawn there this morning. Lauren is a rookie. This is her first time. Her first time playing Stop Talking. She's already scored a point, though, hasn't she, Jenna?
Yeah.
Off a successful challenge. So that's something to be proud
The
of.
score currently stands at Don with 3, Bill with 3, Lauren with 1, and everybody else is just kind of hanging out looking cool.
Well, that's
Hey,
great.
I didn't get a point for talking?
No.
You don't get
No,
one
you
for
had
starting.
you started talking.
Yeah, you gotta actually jump in there with the challenges when you. Yeah, all right. So yeah, Lauren should be proud of being able to say she scored early in her Stop Talking career. So we're gonna make the topic for this next minute pride. Pride is your topic. Jenna, please let us know when it's time to start.
Pride.
Pride.
And go.
Hi, friends. I know it's kind of unusual to hear a comedian talk about pride, but I am here to do that today. There are many different types.
Stop.
Yes, Duck.
Hesitation. She said.
She did say She did say That is
That was a connecting
They all are.
They all are. They all are. They connect one thought to a
Yeah,
pause,
right.
and then they connect that
No.
pause to the rest of the thought. So,
It's one
is
6 a.m. brainwave to another. So.
it's, it is still a hesitation. Duck will take control. It's all right. All you have to do is shout stop and grab control, and it'll be yours. How much time do we have left to talk about pride, Jenna?
48.3 seconds.
48.3 seconds.
And go.
So one thing that you have to know about pride is that it's the driving force behind everything that you do. If you're not proud, you can't succeed in life. If you're not proud, you're not going to walk out of the house.
Don? What?
It's the word.
The word is pride. The word is pride.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the rules. That's the rules.
That's some job bullshit.
Honestly, I would have dinged him for the repetition of the whole phrase. If you're not proud, if you're not proud,
That's
and he
really
was.
hard to do right now, Tim.
It's
You
really
have to have really obvious things to interrupt on at 6 a.m.
like a whole phrase is really hard,
It's
but the
really
one
hard right
the
now.
one word.
See, the funny thing is,
The one word that's a past tense of the word that's our topic, that's easy. But the whole phrase is hard at 6 o'clock.
Well, because if you see this show when it's at Fantasy Flight or any other time we perform this, like there's interruptions like every 8 seconds. Yeah. So I mean, we're really good right now.
Yeah.
Half our audience leaves going.
Oh crap!
Aw, damn. He probably just had to pee.
He's
That's
probably
a-
proud.
He did run. Well, there are other reasons he could have done that. All right, Dawn, you have. How much time?
I don't know.
34.9 seconds.
34.9 seconds to talk about pride.
And go.
A pride is where all the lions live and are happy together. A big group of them is called a pride. They live out in the Serengeti doing pride things like hunting and sleeping and bathing. They will also make babies, which add to the pride. However, if it gets too big, then they have to separate into multiple prides, usually with females leading the way. The males will go live out on their own because
Yes, Alex.
Repetition of live.
Repetition of live. That is, that's well done. That's well done. I noticed that.
Following the rules of the game. I don't know what to do with it.
Well, it's his first time. He's got to try to stick to the rules. So yeah, well done, Alex. That's your first point. And how much time do you have left to talk about pride?
2.4 seconds.
2.4 seconds. You have to,
Go.
I've never been to Pride. It's terrifying.
there you go. There you go. That's 2 more points for Alex. Well done. You may never speak for another minute in this entire contest, and you've gotten 3 points. So well done. Have we had anybody check in online on Twitter? I'm just trying to determine if we're all alone in up here. Any of our Twitter, besides the fabulous, oh, he's back. Good. All right, we've got our second audience member back. But with no check-ins on Twitter? All right, well, that's all right. That's all right. Probably the four people who are streaming us right now, just they aren't Twitter users. You can check in on Instagram or Facebook. Anyway, Duck,
Yes, sir.
Washington, your topic is going to be social media. Your topic is social media. You have 60 seconds.
And go.
So sometimes you do stupid things when you haven't gotten any sleep. Those things often involve cameras.
Yes, Dawn. Things, repetition, right off the bat. Yeah.
we're just so stop.
Stop. I know. It's great. It's like when we're playing this game. We were playing this game on a Friday night at 7:30. It was like, stop! And they're like, you're totally into it. They're like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
I have a challenge from like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I bet you do.
It's legitimate.
So,
it's like
Dawn-
I feel like we're playing this underwater or something. Like,
So Dawn, you have how much time to talk about social media?
Topic is anymore.
Social media.
Oh yeah.
But how much time?
52.5 seconds.
52.5 seconds to talk about social media.
And go.
So Social media comes in multiple forms, such as the internet. I think that's the most popular kind of social media. That would include
Hesitation. I will allow that challenge, even though it was not in the proper format of shouting stop. You just raised your hand and said hesitation.
Just give me 1 point.
So Sharon gets a point for shouting hesitation. This would be the kind of game that I don't think liquor would improve this game. It's just a thought. But anyway, I think. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hi, Susie.
Hi. So Josh has paid $10. $10?
Yeah, that's.
Thanks, Josh.
Have you talk about Paul Cornell?
All right, that's our next. I'll save that topic. I'll save that topic. Thank you very much for that fabulous donation, Josh. That means that we have made at least $20 during this hour of die laughing.
I usually make a lot more at this hour of the morning.
Well, she gives birding tours. That's actually something she does because she's the bird chick. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about social media. Excuse me, not Dawn. Jenna, how much time do we have left to talk about social media?
Confuse me with Dawn anytime. We have 40.9 seconds.
40.9 seconds to talk about social media.
And go.
Social media is a great way to interact with other birders. I'm going to show you how to Instagram your Twitter so you can Facebook that shit. What you want to do is take your pictures, put them on your phone, send them out onto the internet, and you can be social.
Yes, Duck.
Said internet twice.
I heard Instagram, but I don't remember hearing internet twice.
Dawn said internet.
Dawn said internet, but I don't.
Oh, yeah, do all white women look alike?
No!
Because they do me, and I'm just curious.
I basically nobody else. I think I only heard Sharon say internet once. I heard Instagram and I heard internet, but I didn't hear internet twice. So I'm going to have to deny that challenge. That's a point for Dawn.
I got another point.
For Dawn.
Oh, no.
Dawn got a point.
That's a point for Sharon. And
We do all look alike.
at this point in the morning, really, you're all
Look at our rack.
you're all just people to me,
All right.
without names or identities.
I love being objectified at 6 a.m.
All right, Jenna, how much time do we have left?
26.3 seconds.
26.3 seconds.
And go.
You can get laid so much through social media. A lot of people think it starts with Snapchat, but really it's quite easy to do just with Twitter. Am I allowed to say that a second time? I'm going to go with it. I once swiped to the left
I'm
and
gonna stop because she did say Twitter twice.
No, she
She
only
even
said it
referenced the
once.
fact that she said it a second time.
But she didn't actually do it. She's playing mind games with you.
does it count though if I've been stopped and we restart?
No, not in our version of the game.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. I got to point out that, by the way, we've gotten a tweet from Paul Cornell. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And we're going to do a topic. I mean, he's probably not watching because I have to read this tweet to you because Bill Steitler and I both tweeted Mr. Cornell, and his response is, and you have to imagine that he's doing this in British accent, so it sounds very charming. I have no idea what this is about. Sorry.
Plausible deniability.
He also said, "I'm there in spirit, a terrifying spirit." So maybe you figured out what it's about. So thanks for tweeting us, Paul. All right, Sharon, how much time do you have left to talk about social media?
11.2 seconds.
11.2 seconds.
And go.
If you're going to use social media to get laid, you have to use the proper hashtag to specify the exact kind of deviant sex that you want. You want to use hashtags like, oh, fucker.
Yes.
Repetition.
Bill.
Hashtag, but I want to see where she goes with this because I'm really curious about these.
All right, so what I'm going to say is Bill gets a point for a proper challenge. Sharon retains control, but technically the control is Bill's, which means if Sharon...
she's my wife.
Yes, but this is more in the game sense rather than in the patriarchy sense. So... Bill retains control, and if Sharon can finish, then Bill...
Marriage.
then Bill gets a point and Sharon gets a point. How much time does Sharon have left to finish?
Sharon has 0.5.
That's about right.
All right, Jenna, whenever you're ready.
And go.
Bottoming from the top.
Oh, that was well done, Sharon. So that's 1 point to Bill and 1 point to Sharon because they share everything in their life now.
Oh, God, fucking marriage, man.
Yeah.
Can't have my own fucking points. You've got to have a point, too.
All your
He
points
could have
belong.
taken all of them.
Napoleonic law, all our points are shared.
All right, and that means Bill
Is it my
starts up.
turn?
Yeah,
Alex's turn.
No, because
No,
I was
Alex-
next to
Alex-
Alex. I haven't started yet.
Alex was at the end of the line,
Yeah.
so we're almost at the end of the line. Now, Bill, we did have a donation from Josh. We've been paid $10.
Oh, do I get to talk about Paul Cornell?
You get to talk about Paul Cornell.
Fantastic.
You get to talk
I am
about Paul
so-
Cornell,
my whole life.
who has tweeted at us
Yes.
and may or may not be watching online. I'm guessing not.
Oh, gosh, I hope
because-
not.
Because he has a child and he has charming British things to do.
Sure.
And he also, well, I mean, you can tell us all the things that he's doing right now
Hmm?
that don't involve watching us butcher his favorite game on the
Sure.
web. So, Jenna, he has 60 seconds.
And go.
When you're writing Paul Cornell /fiction, the key is to remember the rules of cricket are going to be paramount. First of all, you're going to need a gigantic bat. Second of all, you need to remember that players must remain in motion during the entire time. Now, you can bring in Doctor Who if that's your attempt at erotic writing by people who are not professionals. But the most important thing to remember when writing stories about Paul Cornell... God!
Stop. All right, Alex, I think your hand was up first.
Writing?
Writing. Repetition of writing. You could have
I
also...
couldn't think of another way to say /fiction. I'm so embarrassed.
So you were trying not to repeat /fiction, so you repeated writing instead. There was also some pretty serious hesitation in there as well. I think we were all hoping that you would get to some deviation. But unfortunately, not so much. All right, how much time does Alex have to talk about Paul Cornell?
33.1 seconds.
33.1 seconds.
And go.
I don't know much about Paul Cornell, so I'm going to tell lies that...
Dawn. Yeah, I'm afraid there was hesitation there. Yeah, I respect it.
Hesitate before you lie, especially about someone like Paul Cornell.
That's right. You should tell the truth about Paul Cornell at all times.
Yes.
That's what Dawn's going to do. She's going to tell the truth
Everything I know
about Paul Cornell. Can we tweet out from the
It's just
official
not gonna
Fearless
last
account
30
that right now, online, we are telling the truth about Paul Cornell? Dawn,
Yeah?
you have how much time?
No.
25.7 seconds.
25.7 seconds to talk about Paul Cornell.
Oh, hold on.
Yay, I get to go sleep.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
And go.
Paul Cornell is a very dear friend of mine. He lives next door to me in the garage. But that's okay because Paul Cornell likes living in cold, damp places that only have concrete floors. Paul Cornell is particularly fond of the ants that live in that location. He eats them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and actually puts some chocolate on it.
Time!
I did that.
Time. You spent 25 seconds talking about Paul Cornell, a charming British man living in your garage. I think that Paul has to be very happy that he's simply tweeting back at us every now and again and not actually watching. You get 2 points for that.
Okay.
Well done. And thank you, Josh, for suggesting that topic. We really appreciate it. So that means, by the way, we have made $20 this hour so far. So I'm matching up to 50. So that $20 is a match of the $10 we were donated so far. I don't know if they've gotten any more out of the box office, any more online, but I'm going to once again remind you, I am throwing down, as they say, as the kids say these days. I'm throwing down $50 and seeing if anybody's going to pick it up. Josh has picked up $10. And there's still $40 on the ground that have been thrown to be picked up and donated to Fearless Comedy Productions. And for $10, you can suggest a topic like the one that was just suggested, Paul Cornell. I'm basically stalling right now because I'm trying to think of the next topic, which is going to go to Alex. So let's bring Alex to the front of the stage for our next topic.
While Tim is thinking, I physically do not have enough strength in my left hand to hold this mic with any confidence.
That's okay.
So I don't want to drop it.
Yeah.
Until.
You want. Yeah. There are times that you want to drop a mic and times you don't want to drop the mic.
I'm a techie. I respect the equipment.
Yeah. All right. So I think, thank you. You have given me your topic. Your topic is dropping the mic. So you have 60 seconds to talk about dropping the mic.
And go.
Dropping the mic is irresponsible.
Yes, Dawn.
Stop.
Yeah.
Dawn's being a total dork about this.
Yes, Dawn is being a total dork. Poor Alex, this is his first time. It's 6 in the morning.
He made me eat a cake pop.
All right, I accept that. Dawn.
The cake pop person?
Yes. So, Dawn, yes, you get a successful challenge for that. I'm going to let Alex stay in control, though, because Bill is right. You're being kind of a jerk, so Bill gets a point. Alex, you don't get any points, but you get to continue. So, dropping the mic, you have how much time? 55.7 seconds.
And go.
The reason I'm afraid of dropping the mic is because I have fibromyalgia and I haven't been sleeping well. My hand is not strong enough to hold it right now. If I were to drop the mic, I would probably do it after giving Dawn another cake pop. Dawn.
Stop! Yes, yeah, Sharon.
Stop that.
Sharon.
Repetition of Dawn.
Repetition of Dawn.
That's always a good thing.
I think,
Repetition of Dawn is a good thing, so I'm going to give Alex a point for that. But Sharon gets... Dawn, you can just give $10 right now, which I will match, and you can make Alex eat a cake pop. Done. $10.
Is that
$10.
matching with another cake pop, or are you just matching in general?
I'll match with another cake pop. That's a great idea. That's a great call. Well done, Duck. Okay. So our topic again is dropping the mic. How much time do we have left? 34.5 seconds.
And go.
Dropping the mic is like a Kenny Rogers song. You have to know when to hold the mic, know when to fold the mic, and know...
Yes.
No repetition.
No.
Hold them, know when to fold them.
Know when to hold them, know when to... Yeah, know when to. The repetition of those phrases.
Know when... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I buy my repetition?
Can you buy your repetition?
Can I give $10 to repeat?
Yes. Yes. If you donate $10 to Fearless Comedy Productions, yes, I will allow you to repeat and retain control.
If Paul was dead,
I'm buying my repetition $10.
It's like a comedic super PAC.
Like a comedic super PAC. Somebody needs to tweet that shit. Can you quote Lauren Haven? This is like a comedic super PAC up here. Hashtag Die Laughing 2016. Sharon has bought her repetition. However, was that your challenge, Duck? Duck still gets a point.
Oh,
for
fair
that.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
But
fair.
Sharon, you do retain control.
All right.
How much time
Can I
left?
get a point for getting something that we tweeted?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yes, you may. So, I'm feeling I'm in a giving mood today, and
Can I get a point for suggesting my own point? Don't smell these.
don't push it. All right. Sharon, how much time does Sharon have left?
27.4 seconds.
27.4 seconds to talk about dropping the mic.
And go.
There are techniques to dropping the mic. Sometimes you want to drop the mic like it's hot. Sometimes you want to let.
Yeah,
I bought
Bill.
that. I bought that. I bought that.
You didn't buy every repetition.
God
You
damn
got to
it.
spend the money again. All right.
Sometimes.
Repetition of sometimes. Yes. This is if everybody wants. Do not drop the mic. It's bad for the mic. All right. How much time does Bill have left to talk about dropping the mic?
20.7 seconds.
20.7 seconds.
And go.
Some of you may not be aware that this is a memorial presentation because mic dropping was actually a topic at the last time we performed Stop Talking, a game of talking, which I actually dropped the mic.
Yes, Sharon.
Talking. It's a title. No, dropping the mic.
Dropping the mic. Yeah, stop talking is
Stop
you
talking,
repeated-
a game of speaking.
Sharon takes back control because you did not buy your husband's repetition.
Well, she did when she married me.
I know, he can buy his own fucking repetition. How much time do we have left for Sharon to talk about? 9 seconds to talk about dropping the mic.
And go.
Sometimes instead of dropping the mic, you can tactfully place it up someone's ass.
$10 to switch places with Sharon.
$10 to switch places with Sharon. When I offered a $50 match, I had no idea almost all the money was going to come from the competitors, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We're up to 40 of the $50 that I've offered to match. We might actually make our $100 this hour.
Remind me what
even
the
though
topic
it's
is
basically,
again. It's-
even though it's basically thanks to us.
Worth it. Tim, does anybody get points for that, or is that just topics?
No points, no. But how much time does Duck have to talk about dropping the mic?
Duck has 4.3 seconds.
You can do it, honey.
You can do it, Duck. Unless somebody spends $10 in 4.3 seconds.
And go.
And I'm about to drop the mic, because you know I'm a rapper.
Did Dawn get her challenge in
Got
time?
her challenge.
All right, Dawn, what's your challenge? It was hesitation. It was you had so little time because you thought you were done. I could tell he's like, and I'm about to drop the mic, and she's gonna shout time, but she didn't, which means I gotta say something else. Damn it! That cost me $10. That's what he was thinking right there. So Dawn has how much time to talk about dropping the mic?
0.6 seconds.
0.6 seconds to talk about dropping the mic.
And go.
Drop.
Patriarchy.
Well, that's. I don't know how to respond to that as a man who considers himself a feminist. I feel like
That's fine. You're still part of the patriarchy.
I realize that, but then I'm also part of the problem if I accept
Exactly,
your
that's my
challenge.
point. We are both part of the problem.
Well, I don't want to be part of the problem, so I'm not accepting that challenge. How much time does Dawn have left?
Miss Landry.
0.1 seconds.
0.1 second.
Go.
Dropping.
Drop. 2 points for John. We're going to do cake pops,
Oh,
but
yeah,
first,
we are.
Jenna, can you tell me the score?
Oh, boy, howdy.
Because it changed a lot in that round.
Duck and Lauren are tied for last place with 2 points each.
Oh.
Then we have Alex and Sharon are tied at 6 points.
Oh, 6.
Bill has 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
And Dawn has 13.
Wow.
Oh,
It's because you guys, she's so intimidating.
This is what happens when white men don't support each other.
I accept that as a consequence. So we have some cake pops that have been purchased. There are
Come
2
here,
cake pops for
my
Alex.
darling.
Yeah.
My newest best
It always comes back to haunt you, Alex. I'm
It
sorry to
always
say.
does.
So while you're eating the cake pops, I'm going to run and grab some water.
So you get to pick one of the mystery flavors for those of you, all 4 of you, watching, and Paul Cornell. These cake pops have horrible, horrible things inside, which actually made me wipe my mouth out after eating the one that Alex got me. So, sweet revenge, darling. Ooh, which one did you get?
I hope it's not the same one.
Oh, God, because that thing was absolutely horrible. Damn it. Why don't you pick a different one?
Huh. What is that?
Is it delicious?
No.
Do I feel bad?
What's the letter on the bun?
The sweet relish.
Oh, the sweet relish.
Yeah,
You would
enjoy
think-
it. Enjoy it.
You would think cake is sweet and the relish is sweet, and they would go well together, but they really just don't go well together. I'm going to point out while we're going through this cake pop challenge, did you want me to get you some water to wash out your mouth before you have the next one, Alex? All right, I'll go get you some water.
There's two? Oh, that's right. We doubled it, didn't we?
We did. Oh look, that's David is bringing some water. That's so sweet. Thank you, David.
Cake pops. We need another cake pop.
Yeah, Alex gets to have two because
That's $10. I'm sorry.
I'm going to point out we still have $10 to match this hour, so we are 4/5 of the way. And somebody's just left our audience member has just left, hopefully to go spend the last $10. Yeah.
I would like to donate $10 to pick a topic.
$10. Oh, Jenna's going to donate $10 to pick the next topic. Very good. All right. Well, we're going to do the cake pop first.
Do you need a stunt pop eater?
Are you sure? Because Sharon, I believe, is offering to eat the cake pop.
Take it.
And she's not a fearless member. There's nothing that compels her to do this. And you could force her to eat one of these disgusting, not force, she would do it by choice. Alex, are you sure?
Do it.
All right.
Alex has allowed Sharon to eat a cake pop.
I wore a shock collar to prove myself, and I'm gonna do this.
All right. When did you do the shock collar?
During my improv set.
Oh, wow.
They wear shock collars and think people could pay money to shock them.
How'd that go? Was that fun?
No.
No.
How is this going? Is this fun?
No.
Worse.
I'm going to point out that Sharon has just, this is technically a challenge for only Fearless members, but right now it seems like if you donated $10, Sharon would eat a cake pop.
Not only will I eat it, I'll fillet it.
Wow. I just started drooling.
So there you go, $10 for Sharon Steitler to play the cake pop. You sure you want to pick a topic, Jenna? Because you could spend that $10 on anything.
Oh, I want my topic.
Okay.
We got the second cake pop going in. Oh, dude, it's
Do you-
bad. Not as bad, though.
Oh, so not as bad.
Oh.
Good
What I
news.
did. Yeah. Go ahead. You got it. You got it.
It seems like you're trying to lick some salt off your hand like you're drinking tequila.
I wish. Anybody have tequila?
The bar does have tequila. By the way, last year, when we were late in Die Laughing, we were trying to raise, because you get to the end of a marathon like this, you're usually short of your goal, and we were short of the goal, and so Andy Wilkins said that she would do a extreme tequila shot. And I think if we raised like $1,000 in an hour, and if I would do it with her, I said, okay, I'll do that because we needed to raise money really bad, and I hate alcohol and people like watching me drink it, and I didn't know what that meant. And all Andy said was, well, you'll find out if we make the number, and we made the number, and it turns out an extreme tequila shot, what you do is you snort the salt instead of licking it. And then you drink the tequila shot, and then you take the lime and you squeeze it into your eye.
That's no wonder you hate alcohol.
And by the way, this flavor was orange and peppermint.
Oh!
I'm so sorry.
So Jenna has contributed $10 to pick a topic.
How much better Jenna Young is than Tim Wick?
Oh, that's
Oh!
easy. We could do that for days.
But you only get a minute. You only get a minute, and we are going to go with, we have a tie for last place, right? It was Duck and Lauren. But this is Lauren's first time, so I think she ought to start with control. And
This won't last long.
so that we have made our match. But I'm just going to point out, Sharon, I think, after this, I don't know that Sharon's going to be at Die Laughing the rest of the weekend. So right now, Sharon is willing to fillet. Oh, she's back at 3. So between now and 3, if we get $10, Sharon will fillet a cake pop. We'll save a cake pop. I mean, we're going through them. There aren't too many left, but we will save a cake pop just for Sharon filleting. All right. So, Lauren, your topic to talk about for 1 whole minute is how much better Jenna Young is than Tim Wick.
And go.
Jenna Young is better than Tim Wick for a multitude of reasons.
Stop.
Yes, Duck.
She's lying.
The problem is I have to avoid my own personal bias in this case, so I can't allow that challenge. Can we ask Josh? If Josh, do you because I have to stay impartial? Do you at this point feel Lauren is lying and I should give the point to Duck, or you feel that Lauren should retain the point?
Choose wisely.
You asshole. Fine, I can't allow bias. I will give the point to Lauren. However, you have stated that there are a multitude of reasons why Jenna Young is better than Tim Wick, and I feel that the impetus is on you right now to prove that statement accurate.
54 seconds. And go.
The first reason is that she is the giver of the points, and I think that is something that is to be remembered in a game that you are trying to win. The second reason is that she hosts...
Alex, your hand was up first.
Repetition reason?
Repetition of reason. Repetition of reason. That is accurate. So, yes.
Can I give Lauren an extra point just because she was so nice about it?
Absolutely, Jenna. I will allow that. You may give Lauren an extra point. So, Alex has control, and how much time?
41.4 seconds.
41.4.
Can we repeat the exact wording of the topic, please?
The exact wording of the topic is how much better Jenna Young is than Tim Wick.
And go.
Jenna Young is better because she is not part of the problem, unlike Tim Wick and his well-intentioned but inaccurate challenging of the patriarchy. He has done many things in the past to uphold a societal structure that prioritizes men, such as wearing pants and a hoodie and a t-shirt. Not being challenged.
Yes, Lauren. Yeah, but there were a lot of hesitations in there, but I wanted to see where he was going because I was like,
And I wanted to get closer to the end of time.
strategy. Well done, Alex. Those are all true.
That counteracts her being sweet point that she got a second ago, though.
No, strategery is sweet. Sweet for the winning.
Well, that point was allowed by Jenna. I do not have the power to take points away from that have been awarded by Jenna. I can only take away points I have awarded. So, how much time does Lauren have to talk about how much better Jenna Young is?
So, here's what happened. Is that I called time just after Lauren called the challenge. So what
Okay.
I'd like to do is to give Lauren 0.5 seconds.
Lauren is given 4.5 seconds to talk about how much better Jenna Young is than Tim Wick. That's all the time you need.
Well, no, we had a challenge earlier. It happened earlier that we were stopped at 0.1 second.
When I'm just saying, it's all the time you need to talk about how much better Jenna Young is than Tim Wick.
Wait a minute.
It's just that easy.
I'm saying it's that easy, dear God.
And go.
Jenna Young is a motherfucking boss
There you
ass
go.
bitch.
There's 2 points for Lauren. Okay, so Duck was in last place. I think Duck and Lauren were tied for last place. I think Lauren must be a little bit ahead now. So we're going to give control to Duck. We have time. It looks like time for one more topic, and then we're going to have to determine the winner. We have made our $50 match. We have not gotten $10 for Sharon Steitler to fillet a cake pop. I'm just going to put out there that the next $10 donated will get Sharon Steitler to fillet a cake pop. There was? Oh, well, then once we get done with this topic, we will have Sharon Steitler fillet a cake pop. Or was that donated for a topic? Or? It was donated for a cake pop. Oh, okay. But it wasn't, I didn't hear that part. But would it count for 2 people? Well, really, no, it's $10 per cake pop. We can't deviate from that rule. We could gift it to her. No, you're going to do the person you gave it to. Okay, all right, that's fair. So Sharon, you're offering to fillet a cake pop, and we can't get it to happen. I don't know why, but I think in honor of your offer, our final topic is going to be fellatio. Yeah. So.
I need 5 more minutes.
That's what I suppose.
And control, which you don't have yet.
All right, and go.
I have the hugest boner right now. I've been thinking about Sharon filleting that cake pop for the last 5 minutes, and it's made my members strong and large.
Yes, Bill.
Doug has clearly prepared this monologue before.
I believe that is accurate. Yes.
Is that against the rules, though?
I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to give the points to Bill. Yeah.
Can I give Duck a point for his gravelly voice when he was delivering that?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, Bill. You have how much time?
47.7 seconds.
You have 47.7 seconds to talk about fellatio.
Go.
I owned a Chrysler fellatio.
Yes. Yes, Sharon.
Cock-blocking duck.
Yep.
Or,
I
or
want to
duck
accept,
blocking cock, if you will.
All if you're cock blocking Duck, you get a point, Sharon. But I feel like I have to give control back to Duck. So yeah, all right, point for Sharon. Control goes back to Duck.
White man just cannot get ahead in this country.
All fellatio matters, Bill.
I'll agree with that.
All right, how much time is left?
45.2 seconds.
45.2 seconds.
And go.
I just imagine Sharon's sweet lips wrapped around my firm body, moving backwards and...
Yes, Bill.
Got paid to switch with Sharon, so he needs to be talking about me.
I accept that challenge. That's a point for Bill. That's a point for Bill. But Duck, you retain control. However, you now need to talk about Bill.
Yes, he does.
With Bill's... Okay, go ahead.
37.8 seconds. And go.
With Bill's sweet lips wrapped around my firm member, moving back and forth in a way that makes me so excited. I can feel the pressure building within the base of the penis. And it's not going to be long before it ruptures and blasts all over Bill's face. I'm going to coat his glasses.
Yes, Alex.
Repetition of Bill.
Yes, repetition of Bill.
That's what made you stop.
I play by the rules.
How much time does Alex have to talk about fellatio?
Talk about fellatio with Bill.
14.
I'm going to point out that Alex did not spend $10, so he's welcome to talk about fellatio with whoever he wants. So,
And go.
I have never had a good experience with fellatio, but I imagine with Sharon it would be great. The things that I've
yes,
heard,
Dawn, I'm sorry.
Hesitation.
Yeah, there was some hesitation there. But where you were going, it was clear that Sharon really appreciated it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
All right.
I have to admit it was hard to get to that hesitation because I was imagining it so much.
All right, so
What's fellatio?
it's a character in Hamlet. Anyway, how much time left, Jenna?
Don has 5 seconds.
5 seconds left to talk about fellatio.
And go.
I would spend any amount of money to get Sharon to give me fellatio in my girly bit area.
Time. All right. So Dawn gets 2 points, and let's take a look at our final scores. Jenna, what are our final scores in Stop Talking, a Game of Talking?
Duck Washington came in last with 3 points.
Nice guys finish last.
Brother can't catch a break some days.
Alex, Lauren, and Sharon all tied next at 7 points.
Wow, Lauren, you came on strong right there.
Bill has 9 points.
9 points.
And Don has 16.
Wow. Wow, that's a big win for Dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We did raise over $100 in this 6 a.m. hour, so that is fantastic. We have been Stop Talking. I want to thank all of my contestants, Bill Steitler, Sharon Steitler, Dawn Krasnowski, Alex Carlson, Lauren Haven, and Duck Washington. Thank you for... And Paul Cornell. Here's a shout out to you, man. We hope things are going well for you out there in jolly old England.